Hey everyone, how's it going? It's JMit508 here, and today I'm bringing some Sultai Ramp. So, I don't have much. So this list is mostly Reduke's list, and I think he took it from one of the competitors in the player store this past weekend. The only difference between their lists and mine is because of some of the restraints on my land base. I have more basics than they did. So the game plan is mostly the same as other ramp decks. Is to kind of ramp out with Growth Spiral or Uro into an early Nissa, Cavalier, or Casualties, just kind of, or Hydro Crisis as another big payoff, just as a way to. So these are like your win conditions almost, and Uro can be as well later in the game, especially after you've cast a Cavalier. Cast a Cavalier, fill up your graveyard, you can escape an Uro, type of thing. You have Extinction Event and Aether Gust for the aggro matchups, just as a main deck way of taking care of it. And then the Aether Gust and the Thought Erasure, really good against. Oh, and the Casualties of War as well. They're good against the Temur Rec Decks. It's because you have a way to remove key cards with Thought Erasure, force them to spend another turn with Aether Gust and Casualties to just kind of destroy it. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then you can pressure them with your big creatures, because they have counter spells, but if they tapped out for something, you can easily get in a creature, and you have multiple threats along the way. And then, so the sideboard, so since the main deck is mostly kind of focused on the Temur Rec, and not much against aggro, just kind of a little bit against aggro. Your sideboard, you have the Cry the Canarium, Ritual Suit, and Noxious Grasp. And then you have Mystical Dispute against, and Negate against the other controlling decks. Duress as well is good against Temur Rec and other Bant ramps such as that to get rid of everything. Soulguide Lantern as well if you want to, if you need to exile something real good. So, well, Casualty War is good against the Cat Event decks, so is Soulguide Lantern. You can exile some of their creatures. You can also use it against Temur Rec or someone else to exile their Uros. So that's a deck. So let's go ahead and get into a match and see how it goes. Okay then. Here we go. I am still only in Platinum. I'm sorry. I haven't been playing a whole lot. So this is pretty good. Thought Erasure to Uro. Do a possible turn for Nissa. That seems good. I'll start with the Watery Grave. Yeah, so we're going to start with Water Grave tapped, and then I might play the Swamp. Okay, so they are a Sultai deck as well. That's nice. So let's play the Swamp, just to protect the life total some, and Thought Erasure. Wilt, it doesn't really do much against this, so I'm going to get rid of the Shark Typhoon. I do want a second Casualties. And also throwing that in the graveyard gives them information that I don't really want them to have. Because right now they might assume we're some sort of Sultai deck, but it also looks just like we're some Dimir. Okay, Graces for 2, draw a card, okay. Now I'll play my Uro. Gain 3 life. Play the Triumph. Okay, hold up. I am going to turn audio down a bit. It's a bit loud in my ears.
Let us see if your I think you will find my notes helpful.
Okay. So they have Tamio. So they found their casualties. They hit a Uro and a Brazen Borrower. Okay. So I can play the Nissa and... No, I can't Nissa and Thought Erasure because I don't have an Overgrown tune. But I can Nissa and Growth Spiral. So I cast Nissa, I can attack the Tamio. But can they just casualties next turn? So where you get green, green, black, black, blue, and something else. So I don't think I want to Nissa this turn. I think I'd rather Thought Erasure. Let's get rid of the Shark Typhoon actually. Oh, they can't discard. Hi. I am not the brightest. That's a big oops. Well, I guess we have to Growth Spiral in response to that. How are they a land ahead of us? They played one Growth Spiral, we played an Uro.
No tails should be discarded.
Oh, I guess we were second. But now so I can cast the Uro, but then that leaves me with nothing in my graveyard. Instead I can just cast Nissa.
I protect that which cannot protect itself.
And get rid of their Tamio.
This study is over.
Though I think they are in a better position right now. I probably should have animated the swamp. Yeah, I'm making so many mistakes this game. Oh man. Resolve.
Fight on without me.
All I can do is Crisis for 2. Hit a land. So that's decent. And I don't want to crack it yet because I do want to try and draw more lands. So an extinction event would be a nice, I guess not against an Uro. To resolve. So now I really want to draw land. I will just block that. Okay, land? No land. Growth Spiral. So I need a forest off of this. Then I can cast a Uro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do they have a counterspell or is it just their wilt? A Growth Spiral, okay. No lands. They did destroy 2 of my lands already. And they have their own Nissa.
Seek shelter in my stewardship.
I've made some big mistakes this game. So if I block, they just escape it again. I'll just take the 6. As unfortunate as that is, I don't really have a choice.
Behold, nature's true power.
Okay. Do they have a counterspell? Creature, land, planeswalker? Counterspell? Yes, no? No? Come on. You can't run counterspells, you have like wilts. And shark typhoons. You're floating mana to create a big shark? Come on. Okay, just a 4/4 shark.
I can help you no longer.
And then attack. So they can escape their Uro if they want. They have a full hand. They're gonna casualties. Another casualties, sure. I need a black source here. I played this really badly. I want it untapped, but sure. So I can crisis for 3. Or I can crisis for 2 and maybe hit a land. Didn't hit my land drop. But now I have double black and double blue. I'll take the 4. Sure. There goes my casualties. Yeah, so I think those 2 mistakes cost me the game. If I'm being honest. They just played an Uro from hand. Narset, okay.
My prowess is unmatched by
Narset on
peers.
5. Sure. Means now I can just play an Uro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't draw, but I still gain 3 life. And I leave up an Aether Gust and a Growth Spiral. They try to do anything fancy.
Reckless and ill-refined.
If they try to play an Uro from the graveyard, I can Aether Gust it. If they don't do anything, I can play Growth Spiral. They still have this Wilt that they haven't cycled. Sure, Resolve. Decline. Don't need that. So I'm ahead on clock. Am I? Barely. Okay, so they didn't do anything, so I'm just gonna cast my Growth Spiral then. So I get to draw. Nice. Attack with my Crisis. Come on. Attack with Crisis.
Fury will
So,
only lead
I want to
you
leave up
astray.
Aether Gust. So I can play Crisis for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4. Let's get a swamp. So I can play a Krasis for 4. I don't draw, but I get my life. Sure. And decline. But I still get my 2 life. Which is fine. Another Narset? Okay. Good thing is they're just leaving it on 5.
Are bound by threads of time.
They're just leaving it on 5, so... Okay, so let's do another Krasis for 4. Gain another 2, which I understand. Let's put a stop on their end step.
Contain your
end turn.
rage.
I still haven't cycled their Wilt. I don't know what they're saving this Wilt for. I don't have any enchantments in my deck. So they have enough cards in the graveyard to Uro twice, unfortunately. Oh. Why did they... They exiled their other Uro. I don't understand why they did that. Don't have enough to escape my own Uro yet. So they can cycle their Wilt and play it again, if that's what they're planning on doing. Oh, they're just gonna Krasis for 2? Okay. Now they're gonna do their Narset. Get an Aether Gust? Okay. Can't play it right now. We just block. And cast the Uro.
The land will not forsake you.
I don't draw, but I can play that and say go. No attacks. So they're gonna cast their own Uro. They have an Aether Gust and Wilt in hand with an Uro in the graveyard. So they play the Uro, they can still Aether Gust.
I must train harder.
Resolve. Trying to think of what I need here. So the Wilt, Aether Gust, and something else. Agonizing Remorse. So I have to cast this in response. Otherwise they'll just take it anyway. Well, it's an Uro. Bye, Uro. Krasis on the bottom. I don't think I can win this game. I think my only chance is to take this. Kill the Narset. I hope to draw something good off of Uro. They just have a Shark Typhoon. Thought they want to. So they played 3. So they have their 4th Shaya. Okay, that's it. See ya. Yeah, so I think those mistakes early game probably cost me. Okay. So against another Sultai deck. Soulguide Lantern's decent, the other casualties is decent. And I think I don't really want the extinction events. No, I do think I want the duresses. No. Don't really want duress against, or do I? I'll bring in 1 duress. 2 mystical disputes. Go down to Crisis. 1 arrow. Stick with the 3 casualties. I'll try this. We will see how this goes. We will play first. This isn't great, but lands are good in this deck, so I think I want to keep this hand. Start with the Triome, so that way I can counter their Growth Spiral next turn. And I can play Temple. Yeah, play Temple, and the next turn I can play Uro. Breeding Pool. Don't really want another land, honestly. I already have 5. Cast the Uro. Maybe I should have kept the Breeding Pool. Well, I couldn't have responded to that anyway. Play the Overgrown Tomb. They have their own Uro. Cast the Nissa. Do they have a response? They do the Aether Gust, and I will decline that because I have another Nissa in my hand already. Another Uro. No lands, so they have 3 action spells. Okay. Right, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna cast the Nissa with Mystical Dispute as a backup this time. Perfect.
I will protect the virtue
And then
of this
I'm going
world.
to do the forest because I have a lot of green
The land
sources.
fights for us.
Start getting in there with my Nissa lands. So they can cast an Uro. Oh, well,
I
there goes
must
my
go.
Nissa. Unfortunate, but so they can cast an Uro if they want. Okay. So we casualties first? Or do we... I think we duress and casualties this turn. Creature, land. Target creature, target land. Say go. Growth Spiral, no land. Okay, it's good to know. So they have an Uro and some other spell in their hand. So now they have a land and some other spell. So this is some spell. Don't really want another island. So they exiled 2 of their own Uros to do that.
I train every day. No one is more prepared than me.
Okay, let's on their upkeep do this Aether Gust. So no attacks, end turn. Pass the draw. After they draw, cast Aether Gust. They have another Uro in their hand. So they've drawn all 4 Uros. Really? They've drawn all 4 of their Uros already. Luckily I can play my own Uro next turn, and they can't. They can't. Oh no! Now I can't. I think I just play the Uro anyway and gain the 3 life. The life could matter eventually. They can't, notably they can't cast an Uro yet. Oh, I should have played my Uro. Facepalm. I wasn't thinking. Because now if they do have another Agonizing Remorse, they can still exile it anyway. No, don't do this to me. Oh, casualties. Sure. Play a Cavalier. Why don't I? No lands. Did not hit a single land in that Cavalier hit. Man, now they can play their own Uro. Oh man. Focus. Do that, I can't grow spiral. Resolve. So they have a land in their hand. So I'm gonna grow spiral now. Sure. Didn't hit anything useful. Mystical Dispute, but they have so much mana it doesn't even matter. They draw Nissa. They have a Crisis. Yeah, I think I cancel or counter this anyway, just because I don't want a large Crisis on the battlefield. 6/6. Sure, I'll put that back on top. Cast the Cavalier. So I think, once again, one mistake is costing me this entire game. I chose that one turn to not cast the Uro, or I just kind of forgot I could. Because I could have had an Uro on the battlefield this entire time. Could have killed the Narset by now. It would have been in a good spot, but now I'm just kind of
I would like to ask about any lunar
in a really bad way.
I follow the tracks of the wise.
So they have a full hand, I don't, and I can't draw cards. Let's attack this Narset, please. Please let me kill your Narset. Oh my goodness, they have another Shark Typhoon. And they have a 5. Okay, so it's just a 5. You could have made a 6. I'm just gonna cast this now. 3, 4, 5.
I must seek comfort.
Even though I
in the
can't
land.
draw, at least I get it onto the battlefield finally. Do they have casualties again? Oh my goodness. They are basics.
I know I noted this somewhere.
Okay, and they're searching for casualties. Okay. Please. Let me kill this Narset. Oh my goodness, they have another Shark Typhoon. Just gain 3 life. In turn, draw, Aether Gust, hero. Okay, so at least that threat is off the battlefield for now.
The past
They grabbed
is
an Aether
never
Gust, okay.
forgotten.
So if this goes to game 3, I have a good chance of winning. They are only at 15 cards left in library. And they're drawing 5 of them. But a 10-10 Hydra Gracious will end the game pretty quickly. And I don't know how I deal with this Narset now. Oh my goodness. Like a Thought Eraser's not going to do it because they just attack for 10 next turn. So I just... can't draw. They can cast Aether Gust in response. Decline. I need something else. Like a Cavity of Thorns isn't going to help me here. These Narsets are just killing me. Yeah, that's it. I can't. Like, unless my next draw is exactly Casualties of War, I don't know how I win this game. And even then, I'm not sure. So I think there was 2 mistakes I made this game. Or these 2 big ones. First one was bottoming this Nissa instead of putting it back on top. Because then if they would have dealt with the Nissa, I could have replayed another one. And then the other mistake was not casting that Aurora that one turn. Because then I would have had a 6/6 on board and could have gotten rid of the Narset a long time ago. I can't even cast Casualties of War now. I'm just dead. Oh well. Well, you gotta take the good with the bad, I guess. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'm gonna try and play more Magic just to try and grind out some wins and see if I can improve at this deck. But I wish I would have done better there. At least I know what my mistakes were and I can try and avoid them in the future. I think one problem is I was just playing too fast. Just wanted to kind of get it done. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below if there's any deck you'd like to see me play. And any other mistakes I might have missed. But anyway, thanks for watching everyone. See ya.